Hey, this is your old buddy Big K. I'm back again. I'm here to talk to you about some letters. These are simple letters, but they hold a lot of meaning. I'm sure you've all heard of people using OPM. A lot of times these millionaires talk about using OPM, which is other people's money to get what they want. They'll use it to keep their cash flow alive. A lot of times we use it here at K. Simon. It's OPM when you're getting materials delivered and then you're coming back and picking up the first check when they hit the ground. That's a form of using OPM. Is that important? Yeah, but I'm going to show you some other letters that are even more important to you than OPM. It's OPK, which is other people's knowledge, and OPP, which is other people's power. Listen, on a big commercial claim, you don't have to go it alone. You have people that would be glad to work for you as long as they don't understand they're working for you. I'm going to show you how me and the big man Bill Coryell used other people's knowledge and other people's power to get what we wanted. It was a big commercial claim. We ended up winning. It took several months, but hey, it's not a dream unless you wake up. Here's how it went. Hey, I'm back. I'm with the big man, Bill Coryell. Just like I promised you, we're going to talk about how to use other people's knowledge, other people's power. And the big thing is the church that we did together. That was a beauty.
Yes, the MCM Church, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Hey, the adjuster came out and she didn't know anything about it. She had no idea what was what.
No, I got up there and took all the pictures for her, did all the estimating for her. She asked me to put it all together for her because it was just way above her pay grade.
Once you got all that together, she seen the numbers, she decided, hey, I better get somebody out here with a little bit more knowledge because this is a lot of money.
It was way too big of a check for her to cash.
That's right. So she, in all of her divine wisdom, sent us a specialist.
Yeah, the specialist he was.
Yeah, he was a good guy, not too bright. He went around and we had holes through the flashing. It's a hot tar and gravel roof, so the flashing was an integrated part of the roof system. We went up and core sampled it for him so he could see how many roofs were on there. We came down and his thing was, hey Bill, I'm not buying this whole roof.
Right. Well, he said he can't buy this whole roof, but what he can do is just pay for the damaged areas, which we brought back and said, well, how do you fix the damaged areas without tearing the roof system off? But again, that was also above his pay grade too.
Yeah, well, I know. When we come down and he had his little talk with us, you had that look on your face like, oh shit, this thing just went south.
Well, it looked a little rough once we realized that there was 3 inches of fiberboard on there.
Yeah, yeah.
I was counting on the dents on the panels. That would have been a lot of money there.
Yeah, well, I was in the background. I'm like, let him go. Let him write it. Because by writing it, he's already admitting to damage. He gave us kind of what we needed at that moment. He's admitting to damage.
The first step, admitting damage.
That's right. So we went over and above. We decided since he was a specialist, we needed a little something better. So we decided we were going to use OPK, other people's knowledge. How did we do that?
Well, we got a hold of ServPro because there was a lot of water coming into the building and there was mold building up on the block wall. And so we used ServPro to come in there and find out exactly how much mold we were dealing with and where the water's been going and where the mold is. So then we ended up having mold in the roofing system itself. So how do we treat the mold on the inside of the building without tearing off the entire roof?
Exactly. And what was ServPro's total on their mold remediation?
$62,000
Ouch.
and change.
Youch. So, naturally, this did not sit well with the lady in the chair at the insurance company. So, the claim went on and on. I started getting pissed about it. I called her. I'm like, hey, lady, This thing's going on. I got people that are gonna get sick in there.
Oh, yeah.
You've already got all the info. You've got our Xactimate. You've got the ServPro bill. She still wanted to balk it. So instead of handling it for us, she sent us what?
A Bob.
A Bob.
Another specialist who had no idea even what kind of a roofing system it was.
Yeah, so we're out with the other specialist, and he's using those old tactics. Would you agree that this was caused by this? I'm like, no, I wouldn't agree. Why would I agree to that?
He wanted to agree on the age, how it was damaged, maintenance, all these other issues, which, as far as maintenance, the upkeep was great on the building until the hail hit it.
Exactly. It
You know,
wasn't a
and then
maintenance
it-
issue.
And then it showed how old it really was.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean, they maintenanced it by adding hot tar and patching up the old patches, and they maintained the roof system. But once it's been hit with hail, the maintenance really kind of goes out the window.
yeah. We asked Bob the crucial questions though. How many hot tar and gravel roofs have you put on in your lifetime? Because I put hundreds on. How
Yeah.
many have you put on? And what did Bob
He
say?
gave us the goose egg.
He says, well, I was in the roofing industry. Well,
Right.
roofing industry does not mean you sold shingles for somebody. To me, the roofing industry means you've put on a roof somewhere in your lifetime. So we discredited Bob. That was number one. Now we're done with Bob.
Good old Bob.
Yeah, so Bob's gone. So what was the next thing we needed to do? Use OPP. You know OPP?
Get out with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Get out with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Get out with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Who's down with?
Yeah,
Hey, OPP is nothing more than other people's power.
Yep.
And the way we used it is we went to City Hall. Hey, we have to pull a building permit. We have to pull an engineer report for every commercial job in Chattanooga. So
yeah.
we went to the building inspector, fine place call, you explained what they wanted to do by cutting out the perimeter of the building, which would cause massive leaking.
Yes.
And there was mold in there. And what did the building inspector tell you?
Kerry simply told me, he says, I will not grant your permit with a patch. He says that entire roof system has to be completely removed and then installed properly.
That's right. So Terry used his power for us. All we had to do is walk him into it. Next thing you know, days, months, everything goes by, it turns into a job. We're no longer pulling our hair out on it. Now we're gonna deal with the owner of the building, which is gonna be another hurdle. I'll let you know how that goes. But we used other people's power, other people's knowledge, and we got it done. Guys, you don't have to know everything yourself if you know where to find the right people who do know. So think about that. You can always use it. Bill used it. You went from pulling your hair out to dancing in the street. That's what you need to do.
Yes, took it from $2,500 from a roofing specialist and made that roofing specialist pay us $142,000.
Big difference, guys. Simple. Yeah, when it started at 25,000, I was really like,
$2,500.
or was it 2,500? I was really like, well, you go ahead. You can set that price at whatever you want to set it. That's
All
not
we had to do
stale.
is establish that it was damaged and unrepairable.
We established dominance.
With a lot of other people's help.
Yeah, a lot of
A lot
other
of other
people's help. You guys can learn this, you can use it. There's always a way around something. The only limitations is the limitation of your mind. If you can think it, you can do it, you can pull it off. And that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but if you surround yourself with smart people, it sure does make you look smart.
Hey, I'm Bill Coryell,
And I'm Kevin Jarris.
and we're out. See ya.
See ya.